first of all, there's a very, very strong security arrangement. And that's the first thing you will find is that when you arrive, there is no joke about your status. You are given a card. They stretch your eye, and retina scan you, and they give you a card with biometrics on it, and they just like ours. And then they it says, so law, this is you're sternly informed that there will be no possession of a weapon outside of your residence. Your residence is assigned. There is a district where you are allowed to be, and outside of the residences you can't even carry a pocket knife.
Okay.
I mean, it is, and you will note that the militarism of the place is assured, and there's posters of a dude, and he looks a lot like Franco.
I've been in the Navy for more than 20 years, so these things are second nature to me.
Right, you're like, oh well, this doesn't look very different, right?
Yeah, it does look different. It's not normal.
Right. And so this means that when we turn to play now, there's going to be certainly, now this is a planet with tens of millions, and so therefore the cities they're dense, but they're not, the place isn't blanketed with people. It's got a thin atmosphere, it's 40% water, it's a little small, it's 4,000 miles, it's about 2/3 the size of Earth. It's agricultural. So that means that you will be seeing, with the transport of ships and stuff, plenty of export of agricultural materials, and during the transport to where you're going, clearly there's going to be lots of fields, and you will see that the organization of the labor for this is quite well organized. They've got workforces who show their cards and line up, and the posters are all about how great it is to be a worker or a soldier or a technician for the glory of our great people. You're going, okay.
Yeah.
And the
so it's a utopia.
Well, especially because they've the guards and so forth, the people who kind of check, they have it's like being in some countries I've been in where the police are carrying long weapons, which is a little bit of a shock when you're not used to it. Actually, the policeman gets on the bus or something, and there he is with their rifle or their automatic rifle, and you're like, what do you need that for? But they have it.
Yeah.
But in this case, these are beam weapons. And the sidearms that you will see in lesser security people, more common than the ones I mentioned, they will also be beam weapons. So there's, their communications with each other are similar. They've got sort of a pop-up hologram, on the side of their head, and that's how they communicate. So,
so do they get access to stuff that we as players don't? Because I was thinking about the most futuristic weapon we can choose was like laser carbine.
Sure. I mean, the point being that you did have access to that. If you want to choose that you are, good with a laser rifle, you can be.
Okay, so beam weapons and laser weapons are interchangeable.
Yes, laser is a beam weapon.
Okay.
To my knowledge. I mean, I'll have to look in the
okay,
but I think so.
I'm just sorting things in my head.
I think so, unless the text says otherwise. That's my inference. Then we have the basics, as you will slowly come to realize, is that you're going to be expected to serve. You earn your travel, privileges, and you earn perhaps passage back or anything. You earn that from, service to the land and the people and the leader. And so, so yes, it's a very fair deal. I mean, you put in this much time, you've checked off, fairly and objectively by our automated systems, and you, as is only reasonable, because the food is free. It's agriculturally rich. You will be, have access to, free meals and so forth in your designated, point of receiving them, and it will be fine. So you have nothing to complain about. Our regular program of entertainment is available to all. Should you care for more, other forms of entertainment, you earn it through your service and you get so many points and all that.
Yeah, my character definitely approves of this arrangement. So I'm called Jones, by the way. Is that okay?
Jones, good enough. Okay.
Do we have to watch the discourse of the leader?
You make it sound like that would be some kind of obligation. I mean, that's not a good attitude.
What's wrong with you, boy?
Yeah,
Captain.
Yeah, sure.
So here are some things. Should you wish to negotiate all of these, obligations so that you don't have to get hammered with them that bad, that would be an administration role. That's very much very much so. And also let's
so slick.
Yes. Also, although you are quote not paying, I am using the rates that they have in there for lodging and ordinary meals. That's your debt.
Okay.
Those are the points you have to earn against.
Okay.
Right. So that's the way the ordinary deal would be. You're trying to get out of it. I would assume. And I also am ready for our first encounter, which I just went ahead and rolled. That there was one eventually. And one of the most important things about starting play, I've got to give you some information that orients us a little more. And they don't talk about this at all. But there is something important here. That out here in the outer reaches of beyond, it's not just the reason that there's this installation here and this little tolerated little military, charismatic dictatorship system here. The reason that it's tolerated and allied with even, is because there's something important, powerful, protected, or dangerous out there.
Out there.
Out there.
Okay.
In our subsector.
Okay.
In Yonder. And so, therefore, you guys know this, that this is the case. And so one of the things that you can do is, seek a patron. That's actually an important part of the Worlds and Adventures. It says the patron is the most important non-player character.
Okay.
Gives you something to do. And so that's sort of the entry point into, hey guys, go do this or whatever. And the patron will also take care of a lot of things. This is basically how you get funded, unless you want to work.
Okay.
So the patron encounter, the way it works is that you have to, each week, you have to say that you are putting time into finding one. And so a result of 5 or 6 on one die for all of you finds the patron.
Okay.
And then as far as encounters are concerned, right, 1/3, right, it's 5 or 6 per day. And so we're going to find out how many days go past before your encounter. And you need to tell me whether you're looking for a patron in general. Because a patron's really the only way that you're going to get out of being, working off your, working for your points in alleged happiness and service to the land, the people, and our leader indefinitely.
Could I collect my retirement pay or?
Yes, you can collect your retirement pay. What are the freaking rules on that again? Because that's somewhere here in the mustering out.
You have to roll to get your money back.
No, I don't think so. I think this is a good thing.
Right?
Right. If there's a starport there, then you can do that.
But it was once yearly, of course. So
Right.
I guess
I'm trying to think. This is acquired skills and mustering out tables. And I'm trying to find the little write-up that tells
weren't
us.
we here to get back at
Here it is.
the service?
Sorry?
Weren't we going somewhere to get back at the service? You know, for
I don't-
some sort of petty vengeance or
Yeah, but
to show them.
yes, I don't really want to go back to the service. I just
No, get back at them.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Annual
Yeah, but-
retirement pay. Rates of retirement pay are shown in the retirement pay table.
That's
So that was 8K for 7.
Right. And so I'm not finding that table at the moment, but I'm sure it's around here somewhere. And so, so you would get 8,000.
Right.
Um,
And we're not. We just skip that.
But you will get it.
Yeah.
You're at that starport, and that's one thing that you're processed for is your pay.
Oh.
And one thing you should know is that wherever you choose to live, or wherever is most optimal for you, wherever you're most comfortable living, as they will inform you, wherever you're most comfortable, then they will. What is the word I want? They will assign. Every year
okay.
they'll collect it for you and send it to you.
Oh.
They're very organized.
Yeah, no, I definitely approve. And
So give yourself 8,000 credits.
great. Woohoo!
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm definitely agoraphobic, used to sleeping in tiny
Right.
cubicles.
Okay.
So
right.
I'm not at all comfortable with a
Excellent.
big living space.
Okay, now the two of you, I think, know each other or have come to meet each other perhaps here or at some point during the career. You both know you're kind of, you have grievances or a history of, annoyance with the military. And then as we've talked about, then there's this bit of information. I think the two of you being all educated in things, you have figured out that those rumors are real.
Yeah.
Other people talk about it more like a legend, in the
Okay.
weird reaches of space, but there is substance to this.
Or so we believe strongly.
The for purposes of play, yes. And you know that it is a world. There is a world here that is not being talked about. It may be one of the worlds here, and the map has misinformation about it, or it's not listed. So those are that's our starting thing. So if you're looking for a patron, it would be in reference to that. You're looking for someone who knows something about that.
Yeah, great.
So tell me on your first day or two, whether you're going to be, as we move into sort of life here, which given a law of 9 and given the fact that it's a charismatic dictatorship, your freedoms are limited.
That can I use my admin to actually get into the military kind of forces?
Yes.
Because if I have to work, I don't have money from my retirement, so I need to work. But I need to get a job that is actually where I can use my skills.
Right.
So trying to push myself into the management of military.
So this is very much our administration.
Yep.
And I believe it was +2 per level, correct?
Yes, so +6.
Which is nice. And so to go back to our administration, remember we're checking the skills every time, right? And so a basic throw of 7+ will resolve normal interaction without further problems.
Okay.
And there's no reason to think, So +4 to your roll, and all you
6.
need is a 7.
+6. I have 3.
Oh my God. So you can't lose really.
Yeah.
And it's I'm going to say that a 12 may give you some trouble because a natural 12, because of the kind of place we're in.
Yeah, okay.
So there is a chance for things to be a little. I'm going to treat it like that computer bug, right? There's a chance for a bug.
Do we have in that game like degrees of success?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just need to not roll as well as it.
For this purpose, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So good. Yeah. So basically, you quickly negotiate. You know, you are processed, and you are quickly able to get classifications fixed up. In fact, if you want to set the two of you up so you have easy access to each other, and can communicate easily and stuff like that.
Yeah, I want to be in a position of power and access to weapons.
Well, you're pushing it a little bit, but given that you didn't, given that you did roll, you have a +5 above. Yeah. Maybe we can think in terms of degrees of success a little bit. So yes.
Okay.
But what I'm interested in is what I'm interested in is in your ability to talk to each other. So, for example, if you wanted to make use of weapons in an unauthorized way, it's at least possible for you to roll for it, whereas for someone else they wouldn't even have a chance.
That's what I wanted.
That's what you have.
Yes, perfect.
Excellent. So, so whatever it is you guys have in mind, don't forget equipment too. Sooner or later, you're going to want to acquire.
Now I have access to the equipment.
Exactly. So,
great, Captain.
Yeah.
or I'm no.
Yeah. So, and what's your character's name?
Mike.
Mike. Oh goodness. Oh God. I can never get away from America. I moved to Europe. I play with non-Americans, and everybody picks American names.
Okay. I mean, military people.
The captain alien.
Right. Oh, fair. Okay, good enough. You're Mike. So I just love it. He keeps calling you captain. You keep saying, "Call me Mike." So the next. Okay, so that's good. So that did not take much time. I mean, I imagine your character would have responded instantly to all such things. Processing it probably will take. It won't be immediate. They have to work their way through the bureaucracy for this to happen. So at least for now.
Do we have to be dropped at the same time? Because I could be dropped before him and just
and set up.
So I'm pressing yes.
Okay. Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially from a different services, that actually works. Yeah, I don't mind that. So as we're sort of framing, right?
So we just start together and everything is fine on.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you get actually whisked through the admin, given, it's you. Okay, well here you get this card, and you're like, bye everybody, and so I guess you're not going to be working in the food vats. So okay,
I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
A bit of fingerprinting.
Okay, now, so day one. Ooh, okay. Will you be looking for a patron?
Yes.
During the course of this
definitely.
Okay.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in that case, we're going to take a week to do that, and I just rolled.
Nice.
So, by the end of the week, you will be meeting someone.
Okay.
And I'll deal with encounters, in a moment. The chance of an encounter, like on a roll of 2 out of 6 every day, that seems like a lot of encounters.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's move to this important encounter though. And so our dice have been kind, and
So I see myself as the more of a follower, and I will take your lead.